The year is closed. The data has been processed. 2025 wasn't just a year of releases, it was a year of resurrection. We saw vaporware finally materialize, franchises reinvent themselves, and a new standard set for turn-based combat. Get ready for the top 10 games of 2025. 2025 was an incredible year for gaming, filled with innovative titles, unexpected hits, and unforgettable experiences. We've played hundreds of hours to bring you this definitive list. How did we decide? We looked at everything: critical reception, player engagement, long-term support, and most importantly, how much fun we had playing them. Welcome to the Viridian Protocol. We've analyzed the mechanics, the narratives, and the performance of this year's software. From the collaborative chaos of Split Fiction to the artistic dominance of Clair Obscur, this is the definitive ranking. This is the top 10 games of 2025. Initiate the countdown. Let's kick things off with the first half of our countdown, starting with number 10. Coming in at number 10 is the year's most intelligent hidden gem, The Root Trees Are Dead. If you loved Return of the Obra Dinn or Her Story, this is your new obsession. But here's the twist. You aren't solving a murder, you're solving a family. The game tasks you with untangling a massive, complex family tree, using a simulated in-game internet and archival system. It sounds dry, but the execution is hypnotic. You aren't just following waypoints, you are doing actual detective work, cross-referencing dates, spotting visual clues in old photographs, and catching contradictions in testimonies. It's a purely cerebral victory that proves you don't need 4K graphics to hold a player's attention. You just need a mystery that treats them like an adult. At number 9, we have the return of a legend, Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. In a year filled with 100-hour RPGs, this game respected our time by demanding absolute perfection in short bursts. This isn't a button masher, it's a rhythm game with a katana. The developers stripped away the bloat. No skill trees, no crafting, just movement and steel. The new Shadow Dash mechanic allows you to chain kills to stay airborne, turning every level into a floor is lava puzzle of death. It's punishing, it's stylish, and it brings the arcade philosophy of easy to learn, impossible to master, crashing into the modern era. Number 8 is Blueprints, a game that defies genre classification. Is it a puzzler? A strategy game? A roguelike? Yes, you play as an architect of the occult, exploring a mansion that changes its layout based on the choices you make. Every step is a gamble. You decide the next room before you walk into it, balancing resources against curiosity. The genius here is the drafting mechanic. You have to build the dungeon you are exploring in real time. It creates a feedback loop of tension, where your own poor planning is the scariest monster in the house. It's elegant, minimalist, and completely addictive. At number 7, the extraction shooter finally grew up. Arc Raiders. For years, this genre was dominated by gritty, military sims. Arc Raiders flipped the script by adding 80s retrofuturism and physics-based chaos. The protocol here is cooperation. You cannot survive the machines alone. The brilliance of Arc Raiders is the sheer scale of the threat. When a drop pod lands, the entire map shifts focus. It forces rival squads to stop shooting each other for a brief moment to take down the common enemy, before inevitably betraying each other for the loot. It's the most heart-pounding multiplayer experience of 2025. Rounding out the first half of our list at number 6, the masters of co-op at Hazelight Studios have done it again. Split Fiction. They took the foundation of It Takes Two and shattered the fourth wall. You and your partner play as two authors, one writing a sci-fi novel, the other a fantasy epic. The gameplay variety is staggering. 1 minute, player 1 is driving a gravity bike through a neon city, while player 2 is solving runes to clear the road. The next, you're both pigs on a farm in a dark comedy sequence. But the standout mechanic is the genre clash, where your abilities bleed into each other's worlds. Magic missiles in a server room? Hacking a dragon? It's creative, it's hilarious, and it proves that couch co-op is still the best way to play. Now, we enter the elite tier. These are the games that truly defined 2025. Here are the top 5. Kicking off the top 5 at number 5 is Ghost of Yōtei. Sucker Punch didn't just make a sequel, they refined the formula to a razor's edge. We moved from Tsushima to the wilds of Hokkaido, and the isolation is palpable. While the visuals are stunning, arguably the best of the generation. It's the hunt system that lands it here. You aren't just clearing camps anymore. You are tracking targets through changing weather and dynamic ecosystems. The narrative is more personal, shedding the samurai honor code for a story about survival and identity. It is playable cinema in its purest form. Number 4. The sequel that had the impossible task of topping a masterpiece. Hades 2. Supergiant Games took the one more run addiction and injected it with witchcraft. Playing as Melano feels distinct from Zagreus, where he was brute force. She is tactical precision. The depth of the systems this year was unmatched. The gathering mechanics, the moon phases affecting your magic, the sheer volume of dialogue that reacts to every failure. It creates a world that feels alive. You don't play Hades 2 to beat it. You play it to live in it. It is the gold standard for how to do early access right, and the full release this year was flawless. Our bronze medalist at number 3, the simulation of the year, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This game doesn't care if you have fun. It cares if you survive, and that is why we love it. The jump in scope from the first game is staggering. Kuttenberg is a living, breathing city where every NPC has a schedule. If you get caught stealing, the economy of the district shifts. If you don't bathe, nobles won't speak to you. It's an RPG that demands you roleplay, not just maximize stats. The combat is still heavy and difficult, but the feeling of mastering the blade, of actually learning to fight, is a reward no other game offers. The runner-up, coming up at number 2. It actually happened. The myth is real. Hollow Knight Silksong. Was it worth the wait? Absolutely. Team Cherry didn't just give us more Hollow Knight. They gave us a new vocabulary of movement. Hornet is an acrobat, a hunter. The gameplay is faster, more vertical, and significantly more aggressive than the first game. The world of Farloom is terrifyingly beautiful, layered with secrets that we will be decoding for the next decade. It is a masterclass in level design and atmosphere. It's not just a game, it's a landmark in the medium. It's the moment you've been waiting for, the undisputed champion of 2025. At the top spot, earning the prestigious Game of the Year award, also the Viridian Protocol Game of the Year, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. Every few years, a game comes out that reminds us why we play. This is it. Expedition 33 achieved the impossible. It made turn-based combat feel like an action movie. The reactive turn system, where you have to parry, dodge, and aim in real time during the enemy's turn, kept us on the edge of our seats for 60 hours. But beyond the mechanics, it's the world. A fantasy inspired by the Belle Epoque era, where a painter wakes up once a year to erase an age group from existence. The stakes were personal. The art direction was unrivaled. The music was haunting. Clair Obscur didn't just respect the traditions of the RPG, it evolved them. It is a masterpiece of style and substance. That is the dossier for 2025. The bar has been raised. The question is, what games in 2026 will be able to clear it? With GTA 6 and Resident Evil on the horizon, the protocol remains active. Whether you agreed with our choices or not, we hope this list inspires you to jump back into some of these amazing games. Let us know your top 10 in the comments below. If you want the intel before anyone else, make sure you are subscribed. Viridian Protocol, data, rankings, results.